Alright, hello everyone, welcome back for another live trading session. So we're gonna obviously get straight into it. No funny business. Right, let me just get a few things sorted and we'll get going. Right. So, what have we seen? Let's have a look. Right, gold is still moving for this downside, but I mean, look how bullish it's been ever since we broke this compression zone here. Massive break. Currently we're at 4,330. I think we was coming to look at 4,400 and then maybe see the drop. But yeah, we've been very bullish for gold right now, like super bullish. So what have we seen? Before we obviously get into the actual charts, the trades, we want to obviously quickly look at everything that's been happening in the markets recently, because geopolitics is still playing a massive role, like we obviously talked about previously in many weeks that we have been live trading on the platform and so on. So what have we seen? Right, this is something we should look at. So the biggest thing right now is obviously, like I said, again, the US-Iran situation is still ongoing. Obviously, we have seen some signs of progress in discussions involving Iran, Oman, and the US, which initially caused a major relief move in markets. So early this month, oil dropped more than 5% after these reports came in. We'll go in an hourly time frame. So yeah, at the start of the month we did see a drop. So we'll go to $28, $30, $31. So you can see 2nd of August, massive drop already. So yeah, coming into the 2nd of August, realistically we saw a massive move to the downside. Now we seem to be slightly bullish, but overall we're still keeping like the low, well, just under $80 a barrel. So as of today, obviously Iran is still linking the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz to major concessions in the US. That's obviously keeping oil extremely sensitive to every headline that we do get. I mean, in today's session we might get some more updates on the whole situation, what's going on, what we're expecting to see. Maybe some new crazy things happening, but we'll see. So obviously, like we said, Strait of Hormuz, major choke point. We've all obviously spoken on this earlier on, and every single escalation does create some kind of impact in the markets. As we can see, oil prices take very big turns. to either side depending on what kind of news we have. So this strait obviously is very important because 20% of the global oil supply goes through this area. So any disruptions can obviously feed directly into the markets and have some inflation expectations and some monetary policy expectations as well. So other news, we've got oil. Probably the cleanest way to show the geopolitical impact will obviously be oil. We've seen very, very big moves for oil recently as well. But you can see from the start of the month, very, very nice downside move there. So there has been actually big volatile movements. I mean, from here, massive drop, massive drop. When we have de-escalation, oil drops, inflation fears drop as well. But then stocks rise, risk appetite rises, but then gold can lose some geopolitical premium. And then when the escalation actually does appear, then oil prices rise, inflation expectations rise. There's a risk of pressure, gold potentially becomes more bullish, and equities potentially go bearish. So oil is actually becoming the market's geopolitical thermometer. So it's not necessarily trading the headline itself, but it's watching. But obviously, I'm watching oil because it tells us whether the market is pricing in escalation or de-escalation in the coming days or weeks or hours, whatever it is. Now we've got gold. Let's have a look at gold. So, as for gold, gold is obviously getting pulled in both directions, but currently we are getting, a lot more bullish movement. If we get another escalation, safe haven assets can actually come straight back in. But if we get genuine progress towards peace and Hormuz reopening, some of that geopolitical premium can come out of gold, and we could potentially drop back into this $4,100 range. So we'll see. We've still got many days to come. Obviously, the week's only just started, so yeah, we've still got many days to come, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Now, S&P 500. So, when we started getting those headlines, obviously about the progress with the Iran negotiations, you could see exactly how the market wanted to hear. So, oil came down and equities actually got a relief. If we look at the 2nd of August, which was around here. So 3rd of August was priced in. So initially already 3rd of August, bullish, more bullish. So yeah, you can see the correlation, oil coming down, equity, stocks, whatever it is, crypto as well would most likely be bullish, considering the correlation that we have between the two. So what else we got? DXY, Bitcoin, and altcoins. So DXY, obviously we've got DXY already waiting for us right there. Yeah, you can see a bit of a similar move. 30th of July, 29th of July, and then looking at second. I think second and yes, first and second, I believe, could have been a Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday 3, Tuesday 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, right. So yeah, the 7th was on Friday. Saturday was the 1st. Now you can see we did have that move. So obviously we've got then the dollar. So this is actually one of the charts I'm going to be watching very closely because it does help us understand what's happening with gold and risk assets. So in a serious risk off sentiment, you can see the demand for the dollar increasing. You can see in these areas we had a massive decrease, and and pretty much if obviously markets move towards the de-escalation, lower oil is better risk appetite, and the dollar can actually lose some of that safe haven demand. Same for gold as well. So we could potentially see obviously gold and the dollar index moving in a similar pattern towards the downside if we do get more kind of a pull towards the negotiation kind of side, and a easing of the conflict to obviously happen, rather than more conflict, more problems, more disruptions, and so on. Obviously, we have to keep an eye on the inflation, because the Fed's reaction obviously function matters a lot. And then the Fed's own April minutes noted that the Middle East conflict had pushed up expected inflation and risk premiums, while de-escalation had supported the risk sentiment. So overall, we're still in a pretty tricky spot. So now we have Bitcoin. So you can see, I mean, from previous sessions, we haven't moved. We've not really moved a lot. We have made a high of around 65,410-ish. So I'd just say 65.4k to be to kind of round it off as a whole. Now it does look like a pretty choppy market, I'm not gonna lie. Now we do have the US market open in around 30 minutes, so we should see maybe some interesting things happening. So you can see how we've actually been moving in this kind of area. We had a nice support and resistance level here, as you can see. Resistance there, support there. We had a bit of a compression zone here. I'm not sure what we saw. We didn't really see much. Yeah, we didn't really see much of a breakout. Just kind of a bearish consolidation, big spike towards that liquidity level, swept it, more consolidation. Like, this area is very choppy right now. Like, this whole area is super choppy. I don't like it at all, I'm not gonna lie. I did not like that area. Right. Obviously, we have seen the institutional demand coming back into the markets, but it's actually not been that strong. It's not been that strong. I was expecting a lot more, bullish movement, breaking some nice key levels, but it doesn't seem like, I mean, it's holding and it's still slowly continuing bullish. So I feel like the strength is coming back, and then obviously the risky kind of sentiment will start to increase when investors feel that they can put their money inside of Bitcoin again, and then we'll definitely see price coming in for the other side. Some speculation has been around, I don't know, 70k, 80k by the end of the year. That's like predictions as to where Bitcoin's price is going to be at by the end of the year. I mean, personally, I think, I don't know. I mean, I'm maybe guessing like 80k, 70k. I'm not really expecting too much from Bitcoin, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not expecting some crazy movements at all. So yeah, right. Obviously, recent reports have pointed to renewed US spot Bitcoin ETF flows, including a 6-day inflow streak, with BlackRock's IBIT accounted for a substantial portion of recent inflow. Today as well, fresh inflows, 101.7 million. But obviously, Bitcoin has been struggling around the 60k region recently. Reports highlighting concerns around weaker volume and broader stagnation fears. So this is kind of a little report that we've got here. Yeah, the adverts are crazy, but anyway. Obviously, this is actually where I don't want to just look at ETF flows, and say Bitcoin has to go up. We need to see whether the institutional demand can actually translate into price breaking structure. Currently, doesn't seem that way. It does not seem that way at all. You can see, very choppy, but then again, we kind of are coming in for higher highs, higher lows. We still seem to be bullish, but the volume is not there. It looks very weak. It looks very, very weak. very, very weak. So the question obviously we've got right now is, are we actually going to be breaking the structure, or are we just going to be, you know, bouncing inside a larger range? So obviously we could be continuing the move even higher, as so. Continue even higher, breaking levels, continuing to break level after level, or we could just kind of move in this pattern here and then that'll be it. I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to see that. I would personally want to see Bitcoin, you know, breaking the highs, coming back potentially to retest this higher zone here. If we can crush that, then obviously this is what we'd have, and that would be very, very nice to see. I mean, it would be more like so, where we have a break, retest, boom again. So yeah. Then obviously I'd expect, I mean, if price gets to kind of this zone here, then I probably will expect to see Bitcoin coming back within the kind of high, well, it's low 70k range. So like 72, 73, 74, potentially coming back within here around 77. And then maybe continuing to push, but I don't know, currently you can see it's pretty weak. It's pretty weak. Yeah, it's very weak, honestly, very weak. Right, now we've got altcoins. Let's have a look. So, obviously altcoins. Also, we'll be keeping an eye on altcoins, Bitcoin dominance, because if Bitcoin actually starts moving aggressively while dominance remains elevated, it's not necessarily expecting, you know, every altcoin to participate. Then what you'd rather see is Bitcoin stabilizes, then Bitcoin dominance starts falling. Sorry. ETF strengthens, and then altcoin volume increases before coming more aggressive on smaller coins. So realistically, we've got a lot of things to kind of keep our eyes on in these upcoming days and weeks. So the bigger picture is that obviously putting all the markets together, we have a pretty nice overview. So de-escalation scenario would be that obviously Iran-US progress is obviously, you know, getting calm. Hormuz reopening expectations, again, calming down. Oil down, inflation down. Risk appetite up, S&P up, potentially Bitcoin up as well. Escalation scenario. Iran-US talks deteriorate, down. Hormuz uncertainty up. Oil up, inflation up, risk off, up. Gold up, stocks up, and Bitcoin potentially under pressure again. So obviously these aren't guaranteed reactions. This is just kind of it could be this reaction, it could be this reaction, but then again, we could get something in the middle where we kind of get, I don't know, a bit of this, bit of that, and then it kind of, you know, the market doesn't really move at all. Well, I mean, it will obviously move, but it will most likely be more choppy, more consolidated. We'll see more of these like paranormal candles where we have big spikes and all sorts of strange movements in either direction. So we want some clarity. I feel like that's what everyone currently wants right now. Some clarity, some peace of mind on as to where we are heading. This whole war situation is creating a big uncertainty for everyone within the markets as a whole. So yeah, it's a very tight, stressful situation. Obviously it's been going on for a very long time now. But yeah, obviously we're still looking to find the best opportunity we can. So yeah, pretty much that is the bigger picture. Now, if you actually look at the charts and see where the opportunities are, we'll probably go, obviously for gold, we'll have a look in the 4-hour time frame, 1 hour, 15 minute. And right now, we'd obviously be looking for major liquidity, previous highs, lows, fair value gaps, breaker structure, and then reaction around the US situation. And that's pretty much it for oil as well. 4-hour, 1 hour, watch particularly closely for geopolitical headlines. S&P, 4-hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, look for whether risk appetite is actually confirming the macro narrative as a whole. DXY, obviously would just use that for confirmation. Gold, Euro USD, risk sentiment, and then Bitcoin, 4 1 hour 15 minute. Look for where Bitcoin's actually breaking out of the current structure or simply sweeping liquidity. Here you can see a clear sweep of liquidity, and then here there's not really any structure. It's just kind of a consolidated zone. Pretty choppy price action here. You can see very wicky, but then a price obviously closes a lot lower, so it does leave a lot of wicks and a lot of volume in either direction. So yeah, the market is obviously currently trying to price in whether we're heading towards the de-escalation or another escalation in the US-Iran situation, and that is obviously feeding directly into oil, inflation expectations, gold, equities, the dollar, and ultimately Bitcoin as well. So obviously I'm going to use those relationships to establish the market bias first, and then we'll go obviously from there, look at the charts and the actual setups as well. So yeah, we'll have a look. Right, obviously, like I said, higher time frames first. 4 hour, 1 hour, and then we'll have a look at everything: Bitcoin, gold, oil, DXY, and yeah, everything like that. Right, so let's get straight into it. Gold, first we'll obviously do Bitcoin. We'll do Bitcoin, gold, S&P, and then DXY, crude oil, kind of mix it about. So first let's just do Bitcoin. Let's join some levels, see what we are looking like. There's wires on my feet. Right, 4 hour, let's go 4 hour time frame. See what we're working with. I mean, it's kind of a bullish scenario, but then again, there's not much bullish movement. I think we do have a pretty nice resistance level there though. Say if we came from that candle high there. I mean, that's pretty valid, to be fair. So you can see there is resistance on this level. You can see here, price came through the level, rejected, rejected, confirmation, not so much. We have like the fake outs as well, which is good to see. Now as for the support, I'm not really kind of seeing it too much. I'd be looking from here towards kind of the downside. Maybe it's another compression zone. We'll have a look. I mean, that does look pretty good. We have multiple candles confirming this level. Look, here, there again. That is a pretty strong level, I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty strong. But now the question is, where do we go from here? Do we continue bullish? Do we break for the upside? like, you know, we start coming for those highs, all these highs, we start smashing highs, keep going higher and higher and higher. Maybe retest back into that area of like 70k plus. But right now it looks weak, right? It looks very weak. Like I'm not seeing any movement at all on for Bitcoin. Right, liquidation heat map, 24 hours, symbol, 110, 65.8k, 120 in the downside, 72 at 64, 600. That's just right there somewhere, below those lows. So if we break that structure, obviously from here, from this low here, from this low here, we have been bullish. Every low has been higher than the previous one. You can see higher low, higher low, higher low, and this could break the structure. Now, like I said, liquidity is below, so liquidity lays just below, so around 64, 600. This is where we have that sell side liquidity waiting. So obviously, price will be definitely attracted to this zone. We do have positions waiting there, obviously makes sense. So for the upside, we don't really have a lot. We could get obviously a healthy reset and then continue bullish, but I mean overall we could even come back within this zone. So for example, if we go back to like there or something, I don't know. Like we could go all the way back over here, so around 60k. I mean it's doable. It's definitely doable. We'll see. We'll see. But this breaker structure is actually like pretty large. Like, you know, it is a little bit large. Okay. So you can see how nice they've actually been moving in this zone. We did have more of a tighter zone here, you can see, in the 1 hour time frame. It was actually a little bit harder to kind of price in, because it did look a little bit, you know, a little bit suspicious, but yeah, it's looking good. So, as for this area, you can see there's a lot of strange movements going on. We'll have a look if obviously price can come back within the zone, continue to obviously consolidate in this level here. And then, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Let me just calculate something. Right, we've had a bit of a look on for Bitcoin. I'm looking for obviously price to potentially retest this zone here around 65.4 to 65.15 thousand. Now obviously we'll look then in a 15-minute time frame. You can see already here rejection on the high. I believe that no, it's not hanging. I was going to say that's a hanging man candle, but it doesn't look like it, as the bottom has a wick. Normally when we get this kind of candle, we do have a pretty much like no wick at the bottom. So, but still, obviously, you can see how bearish the price is from that level there. Now, ideally, we may even expect a little bit more bullish move here, and then a continuation. I mean, you can see we've got the high, low, high, potential high, and then a continuation to sweep this liquidity that we have in that downside there. So it does look a little bit bearish right now. We'll see obviously if we can see maybe the US market open giving us some bullish movement, some some of that power coming back into Bitcoin, because right now, like I said, Bitcoin is looking very weak. Bitcoin is looking very weak. Now gold. Gold. Right, we'll have a look 4 hour, 1 hour, and then 15-minute as well. We're not going to have too much of a run through on gold. We have actually, we've actually made quite a lot of analysis on gold. I don't think this was the chart though. It was this one. Yeah, so this is the chart that we had previously. So I'm not sure what that level there is for, but okay, so you can see we had that compression zone, still compressing for our fair value gap right there. Oh my gosh, completely got rid of it. I mean, price is still bullish, so that fair value gap would probably still be valid if the market decided to obviously, turn around. I believe we have 2 there. Yeah, because the price dips into this 401 here. So put that on there, put that on there. You can see price dipped into the fair value gap. Boom, bullish. We don't have one here. I was going to say we do have one there, but we don't. But obviously we did have one here, right there. Right, we did just get a signal for a sell on Stark, I think. STRK. So it's a buy position. Right, we're looking at 0.0246, 243, 245 is where we are at right now. Let's have a look. If we went full on that, TP 0.030, 24, 2, 2285. to, what we go to 2.5. Okay. So that's currently the only position that we have on right now. We've got some lucky shot. Rigged. Right, so obviously we was talking about the price for gold. Price action for gold. Right. I mean, 4 hour time frame doesn't really tell us. I mean, it does tell us that we could still be coming in for a continuation for the upside. I don't know, we could get a little drawdown here, 4,304, and then continue. So 4 hour time frame, not too much to go on. We could see a high to come in for a continuation. Volume is now for the downside. I'll mark out this low. And then there's obviously this low here as well. So we could potentially start coming in for higher highs, higher lows. We've got a low, higher low, higher low. Obviously this is the first initial high that we've got right now. We could see potential for a higher high forming around, let's say, here. Coming for a low right there. And then, I don't know, continue, but we'll see. That's obviously based on if we see maybe some more escalation and things like that. Obviously we explained on what we might see today anyway, so yeah, we'll see. So what I'm just kind of interested in what we got going on with this whole. Well, pretty much when gold was at its all-time high, gold reached a record high of 5,500 per ounce in January 2026, with the World Gold Council recording an intraday high above 5,500 and a record closing price of around 5,405 in January 29. So what's happening around the time? The world's experiencing a combination of geopolitical uncertainty, monetary uncertainty, and declining confidence in traditional reserve assets. Number one was the geopolitical tensions that were escalating. The Middle East had become increasingly unstable, with the US-Iran conflict contributing to a major increase in market uncertainty. Gold's realized volatility subsequently jumped above 50% around the onset of the conflict. Central banks were buying huge amounts of gold, and then concerns about the dollar, US debt, and financial concerns. But I believe the gold was actually, well, still bullish ever since we, well, obviously before 2026. I mean, yeah, here it made its high. 5, 6, 15, what is it, 5, 6, 10 or something. Yeah, we're still pushing. 5,600 and something. 606. That is crazy. I mean, this is actually the biggest move. The biggest bullish move we've seen so far regarding gold. Obviously, ever since this area, we have just seen pretty much a compression zone. You can see price came in for the downside compression zone. I was expecting actually to see a continuation for the downside. As you can see, look, this is what we had maxed out. But then we just absolutely went crazy. We went crazy for the upside right there. Right, we have the US market open in just 8 minutes time. 8 minutes time. Eight minutes time. I mean, the movement is very, very slow. The movement is very slow. We'll see if we get some more volatility, some more, you know, explosive movements in the US market open. We've got 6 more minutes to wait. 6 more minutes to wait. And we were already seeing some bullish-ish movement. Slightly bullish, slightly bullish. So maybe that's just like pricing in what we're most likely going to see in the US market open. Sometimes we do see that, the price coming already like creeping bullish before we have the actual US market open. Right, well, how long we got left? 5 minutes, 5 minutes. 5 more minutes. And then we'll most likely see that move. I'll have a look on Crypto Panic, see if we've got any kind of interesting developments, news, anything like that happening. Topic Economist says Bitcoin is one flaw gold will never have.
Now, I mean, so if you look from more regulatory.
He looks high as shit.
Right
look
now,
at him.
I think just broader global macro, factors are coming into play as well. You know, so Bitcoin is still a risk asset, and risk assets are becoming back in favor now. So, you know, if history that's sort of bound by this 4-year cycle. So,
I think bro's running on like 50 million coffees. Maybe five. Gold is doing but what Bitcoin was supposed to do. I mean, gold is completely different to Bitcoin, so I don't even know how it's getting compared. I don't know. There actually has been quite a lot of speculation on XRP, to be honest. XRP 16-hour freeze is the next big move on the horizon. XRP has been frozen for 16 hours between $1 and 0.08 and $1.45. Here's what traders could trigger the next big move. 3 minutes. Let's have a look at XRP actually. Is it XRP USD or what we looking like? XRP. I mean, yeah, look at it. It's got no movement at all. So last Thursday, barely even any movement. So I mean, we do have 2 more minutes until the US market open. We could see some very bullish price action. Let's drop it down to 1 minute and see what we see for Bitcoin. I mean, there's not too much movement on that trade either. Honestly, not too much movement on that either. One more minute. Alright, we're popping. And the US market is open. I mean, we're not really seeing much movement, honestly. We're not really seeing much movement. mean, there's no movement. I'm actually surprised. Fresh liquidity, maybe? Nope. I was expecting much more movement, to be honest, but we're not really seeing too much. I was expecting more bullish price action. Bit of a big drop there. Bit of a bigger drop. Ooh, this is not good. Yeah, our trade is not doing too well. Not too well. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. There we go. swept it, swept the liquidity, and we're bullish. Look at that, we've just come into that zone. We'll most likely see it on CoinGlass now. Where are we at? Where is it? You can see, swept it, and now we're bullish. I mean, we may sweep this one on the downside as well, 64, 617. So that's around 617. That's already been swept actually. Yep. So now we'll see how price reacts. You can see we're already bullish on that start trade. I'm looking to obviously continue to be even more bullish, but we'll see, we'll see. Not too much movement, honestly, not too much movement at all today. Yeah, Bitcoin's came in to sweep a little bit lower as well. So now we're going to get this movement for the upside. Look at that, there's lots of selling volume. I'm looking for that momentum to shift and we start actually, you know, pushing bullish, but I don't know, we're not really seeing it right now. We're not really seeing it right now. I mean, overall for everything, there's not really been much movement, if I'm completely honest. I was expecting quite a lot more movement. Crude oil again pushing, so that means we'll most likely see gold bullish, Bitcoin bearish, DXY most likely bearish as well. Let's see how gold reacts. We could get some nice bullish price action. Taiwan Semiconductor reported a 45% year-on-year increase in sales in July to 14.5 billion, driven by explosive demand for AI chips. Okay. I mean, those in the right place at the right time, I guess. Making these AI chips. A National Park Service career employee, a highly credible witness, saw David Hearn, Act Blue, in broad daylight vandalise reflecting pool by violently ripping and tugging at the pool's somewhat delicate coating. The National Park Service employee provided this witness testimony to the US Attorney's Office in early July, as seen below. Okay, I mean, it's just pool getting destroyed. Question is now, are we going to continue this bullish move? Obviously, we're moving like so. Are we going to continue this or not? We can have a look at the liquidity for gold as well, just to have a look. Then we'll know where we could see potential movement towards. XAU, we'll go 12 hours, and yeah, we do have the closest level, I'd say, is 4,317, and that is around, that's below all those lows actually, all the way back down here. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I feel like we're going to be continuing to, become even more bullish unless we obviously break these lows and continue even further. But for now, you can see we're still making those higher lows, higher highs, higher low, potential higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high. So we could see a continuation for the upside. But then again, volume has just started to come in for this downside, to be honest. I don't know, it's looking a bit iffy. Looking a bit iffy. Gold's acting a bit crazy right now. Yeah, I feel like we're going to be continuing even lower now. could be visiting 4.315, 14-ish. 4.318, 7.21 mil. 14 is all the way down here though. Right there. Right there somewhere. I'll put in a level for the. So we'll go 16, we'll do 14, so we'll do 15 and 13. 15, 13, there we go. That is where that liquidity sits. That is that liquidity that sits in that bottom area. So we'll have a look, we'll have a look. Gonna look on. I mean, if we break this low and continue, obviously we have broken it, we've retested and then continue now. There is a there was a fair value gap there, but it's not I don't think we'll get a movement into that range. We could have a 5. Nah, I mean look at the wicks, massive wicks. That's already not valid. Like this fair value gap is already invalid. Yeah, you could look at that massive drop for Bitcoin. That is crazy. I mean, the stack's actually holding up pretty well considering we have seen a pretty sharp move for the downside, to be honest. We have got some resistance there at the low, you can see, right there. Yeah, we keep getting rejected from this area now. I mean, and that static trade's not really seeing much movement, honestly. We're kind of sitting at the same, you can see it's just kind of consolidating in this range. Crude oil is pumping. Right, let's have a look if we've got any, maybe some news from Donald Trump, maybe some more conflict. It's my great honour to announce that effective September 1st, Will Scharf, I don't know, will become assistant to the President and White House counsel, replacing a man, David Warrington. who has done a truly outstanding job as White House counsel, and before that, for my presidential campaign, David will be going on to the private sector. Okay, that doesn't really make much of a difference for us. 51 years of bad behavior. Iran has no money. Iranian, 1 million in Iranian rial, $1.11. Oh, really? Right, let's have a look at that actually. Iranian rial. Daily. What am I supposed to be looking at? Against US dollar maybe? What? Right, let me have a look. Iran has multiple exchange rates, so the number you see could heavily depend on whether you're looking at a official rate, NIMA, regulated rate, or free market rate. I mean, I've tried to look at several of these, but they all kind of seem to be this one. No, that's. Wait, USD IRR, isn't it? IRR. This one. This, what? Why is it not letting us do it? Lagged out again maybe. Okay, we'll have a look. This one, was it? I don't think that's it. Why can I not see the Iranian rial or whatever it's called?
51 years of
Alright, whatever, it doesn't even matter. Get rid of that. Okay, so dollar index is pushing. I believe crude oil is also pushing. We might have more conflicts, so looks like more conflict is starting. Gold is dropping heavily. Yeah, gold is dropping heavily. Bitcoin is also dropping heavily, I believe. Yeah, still bearish. For stop loss, I'm actually going to update my. I'm going to put it there, just below that low, because it just doesn't look like we are. I don't know. It's looking a bit. You know, not too friendly right now. It's not looking a bit too nice right now. Not sure what the market is trying to price in. Maybe some more escalation. Well, it currently does look like it. Obviously, you see Bitcoin coming in for a pretty, harsh downside at the US market open. So I don't know. It looks a bit strange right now. Right, guys, I'll give that trade a couple minutes, and then we'll be back. We'll be back to it. Right guys, how are we doing? Well, still prices all over the place. Yep. Not really a lot of movement. We've retraced back to that previous low for gold, and I feel like we'll continue, unless obviously we can manage to somehow keep going, keep coming bullish. But the thing is, we've kind of broke this structure in the 15-minute time frame. Actually, maybe we haven't. Maybe we haven't. I think this is the low I'd be looking for. This is also where we have that liquidity as well. So I feel like a sweep of this could then obviously result in market maybe flipping towards the downside. But for now, I mean, looking in a 15, I think we're still valid for the upside. I think we're still valid. Still valid by the looks of it. Okay, crude oil is still bullish somehow. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if we've got some kind of like catalyst that's actually making, you know, driven the price like it has. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. Very slow. I was expecting more kind of direction as well overall. Currently, there's not too much going on. It's a massive drop though, initially from the US market open. Massive drop. We swept all that liquidity. Yeah. $15-minute. Oh. So you guys can see already 1 minute. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that was a 1 minute. I don't think that's that valid anymore. Yeah, I was going to say we have a 5-minute fair value gap there, and price rejects into it and sees the push. I mean, even from the 1 minute, we see a slight move towards the level, slightly in for it, and then it continues its bullish movement. You can see slight dip. what just happened there. Bruh. Right, so like I said, we had that slight dip into the level, into the fair value gap, just there. Right there. You can see, dip into it and bullish. Question is now, can we have enough momentum to possibly sweep these highs? I mean, we're already struggling at this high. So we'll have a look at liquidity. Yeah, we might be attempting to come up for this area here, 4404. I mean, we're slowly coming within profit, but I mean, at the same time, it's very slow. It's very, very slow. Alright, what we got? 12:39 a.m. United States Department of War demands defense firms speed up weapon production amid shortages from the Iranian war. Yemeni Houthis announced attack on Saudi Aramco oil facility. Iranian Foreign Minister Arakchi says negotiations will not resume while US violations continue. Israel rejects United States President Trump's Gaza peace plan, saying it will not withdraw until Hamas fully disarms. President Trump says he will end the Iranian war without a nuclear deal if the Strait of Hormuz reopens. WSJ reports. Trump says US is semi-negotiating with Iran. It will work out. It always works out. It's like a chess game. I mean, I'm not sure about that one, buddy. Iran Supreme Leader Khamenei appoints former IRGC chief Mosen to his top security post. I mean, it's not too crazy. There's not too much going on. Sweden says it disrupted a Russian intelligence operation inside the country. What is going on? Everything's crazy. UAE says it blocked cyber attacks targeting aviation, energy, and education sectors. What is going on? Russia strikes World Health Organization warehouse in Ukraine. United States defense firms fear Ukraine will enhance Patriot air defenses and mass produce them more cheaply. Everything's going crazy. Everything's going crazy. I mean, there's just war. Like, I mean, that's probably why we're seeing a massive drop in them, and obviously in Bitcoin, gold. I mean, to be honest, for gold, we'd expect to see the upside realistically, if obviously geopolitical conflict does, increase, uncertainty does, continue. We are bullish for gold right now. I'm curious as to if we've got the same kind of correlation between Bitcoin. Sometimes we actually do get a nice correlation of Bitcoin and gold, where they both move in that certain direction that obviously we're looking for. Okay, doing better, we're doing better. So many adverts, it's actually crazy. Okay, what we got? I mean, 65.8k, 65.9k. I don't know, there's not really much indication of where we've got to, like, you know, good positions waiting. We do have quite a bit of a zone at 64.1k. 64.1k, that's just right here. I think that's that previous low right there. $64.1k. Yeah, that'll probably be to sweep the low, maybe. I don't know. Some sell side liquidity. I mean, there's not too much going on, honestly. There's not too much going on right now. If we see maybe the downside for crude oil starting to come on, then again, looks like volume is starting to pick back up, starting to potentially come in for the upside. Yeah, we're very slowly bullish for gold. And actually, no, I mean, there's more bullish action for gold than there is for Bitcoin, you can see. How is our trade? Still no movement at all. Wow. Literally no movement at all. I wish I could tell you guys more, but there's honestly literally nothing going on. Nothing going on. Ooh, we might be claiming those highs. We might be claiming those highs. Yeah, I think we've already pushed higher than that previous area. Definitely pushed higher already. Right, what we got for this week? Let's have a look actually. I don't think we've got too busy of a week ahead of us, but it's worth having a look. AUD. We've got something for Wednesday. Core CPI month upon month, core CPI year on year, CPI month on month, CPI year on year. That could be interesting to see. What else have we got? Core PPI, PPI, unemployment claims. That could be interesting. This definitely could be interesting. 3:30 p.m. just before the US market opens. And then Friday, we've got core retail sales, prelim UOM consumer sentiment, prelim UOM inflation expectations. So yeah, we could have. Well, I mean, we've got some interesting things happening, but overall, it's like. It's obviously not as interesting as a week of, I think last week when we had the FOMC statement, Fed rate cuts, expectations and all sorts. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on, but it's it's not like it's totally vital. Obviously we will have some kind of effects on the market as a whole anyway. Look at that, very bullish from their highs. Where are we coming to maybe? 4,404 maybe. I mean, first we'll have to revisit 4,376. 4,346 right now. 76 is actually above that high there. 76 around here. Okay. Are we finally going to be within profit, maybe? Look at that, there's just so much consolidation. It's been a long session of consolidation. Literally no movement at all. Literally no movement at all. News-wise as well, it's pretty empty. Like, we've not really got any new topics to kind of cover. 2 hours ago, Iran is demanding an end to the regional hostilities and compensation for damages before fully reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Warning that talks over a temporary route don't guarantee it will stay open. The US blockade remains in place as Washington ramps up diplomatic, economic and military pressure. Through President Trump has suggested he could declare victory and move on if Iran fully opens the Strait even without a nuclear deal. Vice President J.D. Vance said negotiations are still in the middle of the game as US and Israeli officials point to growing economic pressure on Tehran. So it doesn't sound like there's, too much going on. It's just a constant back and forth. Constant back and forth. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty empty. I mean, I would obviously show you guys what I'm seeing on the feed right now, but it's a little, some of these posts are a little bit too like messed up to have a look at it. Oh my god! I mean, this is just fucking crazy. Imagine that you're getting operated on, or your family members getting operated on, and there's an earthquake. Oh my god! Look at this. Oh my god, that is crazy. Look at all the equipment just flying around the room. Wow. I feel like that also creates kind of a strange situation where obviously when you are in an operating room, hygiene is the #1 priority. Obviously when you are operating, I think anyway. I mean, it should make sense realistically, but I mean, you see all these things falling on the floor, so obviously the floor is going to have some contaminants and stuff. Therefore, they're going to have to go through, most likely, I mean, I don't know if they've got like a procedure in place to expect us to what to do if an earthquake happens when you're operating. I mean, the chances of that happening are pretty slim, but as you can see, it does happen. It does happen. But then again, it's a pretty crazy phenomenon when you have to literally hold your patient whilst everything around you is just flying around. Gold is very bullish right now. Ever since we came in for that liquidity sweep in the downside, we have been very, very bullish. So we retested this 1 minute fair value gap. You can see right there. You can see a slight touch up in it, and then boom, very explosive move for the upside. But you can see now in this area where we previously had some resistance, some support, we are getting rejected already. So we could see a move potentially, I don't know, to let's say 4,340-ish, and then a continuation for the upside. But yeah, we'll see. Mark Zuckerberg is laying out a sweeping vision for AI, a personal super intelligence available 24/7. Alright, let's have a look at this.
All right, hey. So I think that the key to building a positive future for everyone is to make sure that everyone has access to personal superintelligence. So today I am proud to share that we are open sourcing a new class of on-device models that we are calling Muse Glimmer. It's a 30 billion parameter dense model that runs on your laptop, and it's the highest performing model of its size. In the coming weeks, we are also going to open the weights for Muse Spark 1.2, our latest foundation model and one of the leading models in the world. And we've got even bigger models that are coming soon too. Another part of building a positive future for everyone is making sure that everywhere we build infrastructure, local communities benefit. We've already seen this with the teachers in Richland Parish who got $50,000 bonuses because of the extra tax revenue from our investments. And we launched America's Workforce Academy to provide free training and guaranteed jobs at our infrastructure sites. Today, we're starting a new Future is for Everyone fund to invest in the community's teachers, first responders, energy and water infrastructure, and more ways to support those communities directly. We're also working to make sure that everyone has a personal superintelligence agent that works 24/7 on your behalf to improve your health, your relationships, your career, your finances, and more. You can use our latest models in the Meta AI app, and I'm looking forward to sharing more soon.
He sounds like a robot, doesn't he? It sounds like he's a bit of a bot. Mark
All right,
Zuckerberg used to be dead,
so
but
I think that
it used to be even more botty when, earlier on, but I feel like he's got a little bit more human-like, if that makes sense. I don't know. He was a bit creepy earlier on. No, but he's doing good stuff. I see him actually fighting on this ramp with this UFC fighter. It was actually a pretty good. It was a pretty good little sparring session. It's a good watch. Yeah, you can see we kind of topped out here. We might see a drop towards like, I don't know, 4-3-3-4, and then continue pushing. We'll have a look where we've got that liquidity. Yeah, I feel like we're attempting to 4-3-7-6 right now. But could we see a continuation? We could. I mean, the levels aren't getting any better, I'm not gonna lie. We're not getting much more volume, movement. It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same as it was before. Yeah, Bitcoin's slowly on a push for the upside. I mean, the level I'm kind of maybe, pulling towards for Bitcoin would be, let me have a look, one sec, this thing's just loading. Would be 65.8k to around, yeah, so around from 65.8 to 66k is kind of where we have maybe the biggest magnet for price right now. And if we look at Bitcoin, yeah, you can see 65,941, 54 mil. So I mean, it's not a lot, but it's still something. It's still something. Bitcoin. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, we're not really getting much action. Right, guys, I reckon I'm going to call it for today, honestly. We'll see how this trade plays out. We've literally been consolidating the whole session. We came in for the trade, and yeah, all we've pretty much seen is just full-on consolidation. So yeah, we'll have a longer session tomorrow. But yeah, with that in mind, obviously I appreciate you all for joining. Drop a like, drop a follow, will be greatly appreciated. And yeah, with that in mind, I will see you all in the next one.